The visit to Joplin was, you can't even describe it, you can't put it into words. Unbelievable, powerful, emotional, all of the above. The second you kind of pulled up over that hill, the bus was, there's some chatter going on and there's some conversations. I mean, it instantly became dead silent.
First thing I said was, wow.
And you could tell that the mood completely shifted. Everyone was a lot more solemn.
And you look out the window and you literally can't even believe it. No picture, no video, no personal story could have described what you saw. You literally have to physically be there to understand the enormity of it.
Everything was like mulch. Everything. And completely scrambled together.
The pictures that I saw before, what I've heard about, don't even give a definition of what you're actually seeing while you're here.
From an expectation standpoint, I thought I was in a good spot, and I thought, man, I'm going to come down here and be in the right mindset. And it absolutely puts you on your heels the second you see it.
The first part of the day we started out, we went to the high school and kind of learned a little bit about the efforts that are being made that AmeriCorps has been doing, and we learned a little bit about what we were going to do.
We first got to a group of, I think, 3 houses, and just basically we were there to separate building materials, natural wood, metal, anything like that.
In the afternoon, we did a tour of the city to kind of see the areas that were affected.
When we rode through and heard the tour given by the AmeriCorps volunteer, it was much more personalized, becomes much more real when you see what little bit is left of a structure and you see a closet full of clothes on the 2nd floor. But you can't tell whether it was an apartment building or a home.
There was a church, and it had completely ripped the gymnasium off of the church, but not a single window in the church was broken. And so it's like, how does that happen? The second part of the day was more people interaction, where we had a chance to move canned goods.
We separated their donations into piles, and the church then had a big warehouse full of goods that the folks affected by the tornado came in, and they could get anything from baby food and diapers to paper towels and sheets, and anything they needed was in that facility. So we were kind of the back house operation, and we organized and sorted and did that.
It's indescribable how it feels to be able to help and really make a difference.
It felt really good to be able to help and to actually meet the people who needed these things. Everyone was so gracious for what we were doing and so happy that we were there. And that's one thing that really stood out to me, is how hopeful everyone was.
It seemed like everybody had that same spirit of, yes, I'm in need and I have nothing, but somebody else may have lost more than I did. And the power of the human spirit and how people pull and band together made the trip so much more impactful on me than it was on me helping those people for a part of the day.
All of the things that I believe are permanent, our home, our cars, our workplace, they're not permanent. The important things that are lasting that we would need to carry through are my relationships.
As a parent, as a husband, as a sole provider for my family, it became very evident how blessed and fortunate we are. You sit back and you reflect upon, you know what, how would I respond if I lost everything?
The daily grind, so to speak, and we can get so caught up. Is the mortgage paid? Are the groceries going to be enough? Is there enough money in the bank account? Are we doing the right things to prepare for our kids?
There's no reason for anybody to be complaining about anything after experiencing this. And people don't even have homes to go to, even cars to drive, even some of those people lost their jobs behind this, they don't have a place to go to make revenue, you know. Like when our guide gave us our tour and told us that people have tents at places where that they used to call home now to get their mail, and it's just like incredible. You know, just had to be thankful.
I picked up a big 2x4, some piece of wood, and there was a kid's, like a girl's notebook, just a school notebook, nothing incredibly personal, not a journal or anything super memorable, but just like a math notebook. And I just literally opened it up and I flipped through it, and that was one of the 2 times that literally just the weight of the situation almost floored me, to be honest.
The introspective part for me started as soon as you started to make the connection with people. We were working in a church and we were connecting families with needed items. There was a lady who had gone through with her son. She needed sunscreen, she wanted a couple other things. And we were going through, and I'm trying to encourage her, like, do you need this? Do you need lotion? Do you need shampoo? Do you need any of these other kind of normal toiletry kind of items, or just things that you may need? Do you need blankets? Do you need batteries? Do you need a flashlight? And she's like, no, I don't want to take anything that anyone else may need. And it was powerful to see people being so giving when they really had nothing to give.
And this younger guy, probably 25, 30 years old, drives up. He's got a shirt off, he's in a pair of shorts, he's got a truck, and a dog. And so I just remember him driving up, and he kind of looks just overwhelmed. I don't know if there's any better word than just saying he was overwhelmed. He pops out of his truck and he says, hey, I just went through the warehouse. I've got all the stuff that I need, plates and food and whatever else that had filled the bed of his truck that he'd just gone through. He said, but what I really need is a mattress. He's like, they told us to come over here by these semis and maybe there'd be somebody that had a mattress. And I said, man, I don't know. We're just volunteers here, but let me ask this guy that's on staff with the project here. So we go up to him and I say, hey man, this guy's looking for a queen mattress. Do you have anything? Or any mattress for that matter. He says, yeah man, he opens up this semi. He's got brand new, in the wrapper, full set of box springs and a mattress. So 4 or 5 guys, we unload the thing, we tie it onto the bed of his truck, and I'm just standing there by his front door when he gets back in the truck, and I said, man, are you good? Is everything okay? And he's like, man, this is, you're looking at what I own right now.
While we were volunteering at the warehouse, we ran into this woman who seemed really young. She was probably younger than I am, early 20s, and she was there with her 2 kids. And their house had been fine, untouched, but they had friends in town who their house had been destroyed. And so they had this family move in with them, and they were there shopping for supplies for that family who had lost everything. And it was just so generous. This woman who, her husband had recently lost his job, and they still were willing to bring this family in and help them in every way that they could, even though they were already stretched on their own resources, which I thought was really cool. In a town where there's been so much devastation, it was great to see that much hope and that much looking to the future for what they can do.
Standing in the middle of all the debris and doing the cleanup and becoming overwhelmed myself, I could easily see why people would leave. But so many people have not left. They're resilient people. They are definitely resilient people.
They've got a long road. The road that they have to recover, both from a physical rebuilding standpoint, and also just the emotional scars and the things that they're going to have to get through it's going to be a long, long road.
It really hits home, and then you're really thankful for everything you have, and it makes you want to be able to do more, go back and see what else you can do.
If there's an opportunity, if somehow, some way you hear about a group that's going, try to get yourselves involved. Do what you can to get there. Even if going on your own would be more than just sitting back and not doing anything, because the people down in Joplin really need your help. That's what we're all supposed to be about as humans, as Americans, is to help each other out. They're needing hands, and we just need to be there and help them.